A successful talent development model relies on team communication. EWI meetings are an effective communication tool. They are one of the times the team meets during the week. EWI meeting participants typically include a JHU facilitator, an English teacher, a math teacher, a social studies teacher, a science teacher, a special education teacher, and a counselor. In a Diplomas Now school, it will also include City Year Corps members working with that team, and a Communities in Schools site coordinator. The most effective teams all possess the following characteristics: staff who support the same group of students and attend each weekly meeting. Input and accountability for student interventions are provided from each staff member. Discussions are strength-based, collaborative, and solution-oriented. Group norms are established and followed. Facilitator, recorder, and timekeeper roles are clear and fulfilled each week. Successful EWI meetings are well-planned, succinct meetings that utilize the following meeting tools: clear meeting agendas that are shared and known by all participants. Clear steps are used to identify student, indicator of focus, student strengths and weaknesses, determine appropriate interventions, and point person. The protocol is used consistently for each student. Quarterly trend analysis is completed that identifies effective and ineffective interventions. Effective facilitation is paramount when implementing EWI meetings. This includes clear meeting facilitation allows for all team members to actively participate. All members help the group stay on task and adhere to meeting norms, protocols, indicator criteria for focus lists, and tiered supports. Consistent questioning is encouraged to determine what interventions are being provided for each tier of support. Consensus building around decisions for each intervention. Connections are made between staff members and other activities and/or interventions in the building. Student achievement and improvement is recognized and celebrated monthly by the teacher team. Tiered interventions are most effective when implemented using an up-to-date map of all available resources to students in the school. The resource map is visible and referred to throughout the meeting. The resource map indicates what interventions are available for each tier. Each participant understands each intervention and how to access it. There is a space to include new or the need for additional interventions for each tier. Interventions are tracked for effectiveness based on indicators and student strengths. Tiered interventions must be built on common definitions for identification and intervention. Criteria for off-track flags in each indicator is clear, visible, and based on research and school data. Criteria for focus list addition and removal for attendance, behavior, and course performance criteria are visible and referred to during the meeting. All team members use these criteria to identify and discuss students. Students receiving Tier 2 and 3 supports are also provided Tier 1 and 2 supports. Up-to-date student-level data should be available at each meeting and used to drive conversations, determine interventions, and inform decisions. Data shared is aligned to the common criteria of the focus lists and the appropriate tiers of interventions. It is clear when discussing a student which indicator the student is exhibiting and why they are being discussed. Qualitative and quantitative data is used for making decisions. Tracking tools not only help track student interventions, but also determine which interventions are successful. Ideal implementation includes tracking tools that detail interventions, person responsible, timelines, and outcomes. The tracking tool's use, language, and accessibility honor FERPA guidelines. Key details are included for all participants, including the point person. The tracking tool is accessible for all team members and used before and after the EWI meeting. Strength-based, people-first language is used. The tracking tool has adequate space to quickly access diagnostic data and students who have been removed from the focus list. Includes coding, for example, using color or font to identify focus list students.